not just the 1% and wealthy campaign contributors. That's not the way things usually happen.
It's September 2021, and still, President Biden is taking his time with sending out stimulus payments. It's almost October, folks, and many Americans are still in need of financial assistance. That's just a fact. Unemployment rates are still high, and many Americans are on the poverty line. The only thing that President Biden needs to do is send out more stimulus checks, folks. What do you guys think about this? In fact, here's what President Biden said.
The spending package, obviously, you need Joe Manchin, you need Kyrsten Sinema, you need all of them because of the 50-50 split in the Senate. But if Joe Manchin says, I'm not moving on this, where does that leave you guys?
Well, look, I appreciate the role that headline writers have in trying to write those types of headlines. But the truth is we're making progress. We continue to make progress.
Democrats have said that President Biden's Build Back Better plan will make leadership buckle on the spending bill. Everybody, the Democrats' $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation package has encompassed the bulk of President Biden's social welfare. As of right now, spending concerns raised by Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema have prevented leadership from rapidly sending the measure back to Biden. In President Biden's spending bill, the package includes spending tranches for nearly every issue that Biden campaigned on, including paid family leave.
Been made. And there is a real danger that this bill will lose, that the infrastructure bill will lose in the House, because you got many people there, and I support them, who are saying, you know what, we had a joint agreement. We're going to go forward.
Federally funded healthcare expansion, climate, and other scientific investments. Biden has actually pushed back at Democrats' plan on taxes. The White House and congressional Democrats both want to raise taxes on the wealthy and corporations and strengthen tax enforcement. McConnell has declared that the Senate Republicans will not vote to increase the Treasury's authority. Everybody, here's the big news surrounding your Social Security benefits. Each month, millions of workers pay part of their earnings to the Social Security Administration, and the logic behind that is to help with the retirement that most people have when they depend on Social Security benefits. In January 2021, the average monthly Social Security payment was valued at $1,534. To supplement incomes, many workers have private retirement accounts. Now in 2020, the Social Security Administration determined a COLA of 1.3%, which, as prices have risen quickly during the year, has left many seniors with budget shortfalls.
The American people are sick and tired of growing income and wealth inequality in our country, where two people now own more wealth than the bottom 40%, where the top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 92%, and where 45% of all new income.
Estimate that the increase for 2022 could be more than 4 times than seen in 2021. The Senior Citizens League, an organization that advocates for seniors, released a new projection for the 2022 COLA that forecasts an increase between 6 and 6.1%. Now, President Biden's Democratic leaders have debated on a new round of stimulus payments. An online petition to send Americans $2,000 checks has almost reached 3 million signatures. Some governors, including Gavin Newsom, have pushed their state to pay stimulus checks. In fact, California is already sending out their second round of stimulus checks. And the massive spending bill that President Biden signed in March included $350 billion aid. $350 billion in stimulus aid to state and local governments, which could be used for direct payments. So yes, everybody, your state and local governments could be sending you a new stimulus check.
Thank you. Ms. Howell, this probably might be my last direct question of you, but it deals with cybersecurity. I serve on a committee called Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. We work a lot on cybersecurity issues. And unfortunately, as we go forward in the future, we're likely as a country to have to deal with even more of them. But if confirmed, you're going to lead EPA's efforts to maintain and strengthen the agency's cybersecurity efforts, I'm told. And as you know, the criminal enterprises and adversarial states continue to increase their efforts to break into our computer networks, to steal our information, and to compromise our security. In recent years, EPA has been among the agencies that have seen major cybersecurity breaches. If confirmed, how will you seek to ensure that EPA makes cybersecurity a top priority within the agency?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. Protecting the American people and environment will always be job number one, and that means cybersecurity must be a top priority for mission support. If confirmed, I will work aggressively to ensure that EPA's posture on cybersecurity improves. I will also work closely with the Chief Information Officer and the Chief Financial Officer to collaborate on IT funding and investment strategies. Also, I will work transparently with you and let you know when the EPA needs additional tools and resources to help mitigate cybersecurity vulnerabilities, and I will report back when issues arise.
Well, with the backdrop of what was happening in Afghanistan, the other thing I think 100 senators saw at home, certainly I know every Republican senator saw at home, were help wanted signs, now hiring, bonus to fill out a application. I think it was announced the 8th of September that there were 10.9 million job vacancies in America. There were 8.4 million Americans who said they were looking for work. That's a pretty dramatic statistic. More jobs out there to be filled than people looking for work. Inflation is real. Input costs are up everywhere. We'll see if it's short term or not, but we know for sure that it's driven by more government money going into the system. And we've got to get real about government spending and government programs and how much we can afford to do. Apparently, governors, Democrats and Republicans, have gotten real about the extra $300 a week that was in the March bill the Democrats passed by themselves at a time when the economy was clearly coming back. There was no reason to incentivize people to stay at home, and that ended Labor Day weekend. The administration had already announced that governors could take their stimulus money and replace that $300 with their stimulus money. Not a single governor has stepped forward to do that. And in fact, the Democratic governor of New Jersey explained his decision not to do it by saying we must ensure that we are appropriating these funds judiciously for the greatest possible long-term recovery. So that Democrat governor and others have made the same decision that Republican senators here made on this topic, which was don't do it. It doesn't produce the right result. And there are jobs out there. Obviously, all the jobs and the skills don't match. We need to be very focused on that. But we need to do what we should do here, not to make the current problems of job vacancies. NFIB, the National Federation of Independent Business, said 1/2 of all small businesses